Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're all doing well today. And if you're not, then I hope this time together will help you to feel encouraged and supported and loved because you are all of those things. And so I want to, first of all, thank everyone who's watching now. Uh, welcome to Tuesday Self Care Sprints. If you are new to me and my channel, my name is Jen, and I love to read horror and discuss and analyze horror through a literary lens. But I'm also a huge advocate of self care, which is why we're here today. So if you're catching on the replay, I also want to thank you for catching the replay. And please feel free to leave in the comments what you've been doing to practice self care. So I'm going to switch our banner over now so that we can talk about what we've been doing last week or over the weekend to practice self care. Let me make this scroll. So give me just a minute. I didn't come on last week, and it's like amazing, really, to me how quickly I can forget common ways to do stuff just from missing a week of doing this. So let's try this again. And let's see. Now then. There we no, I still wanted it to scroll across the bottom, but anyway, it's not. So we're just going to leave it right there for now. I'm going to quit worrying about that. So let us know what self-care practices you implemented last week or over the weekend. So I'm going to say hello. Hello, Eleanor. It's wonderful to see you. Let us know what you've been doing to practice self-care. Hello, Stina. It's wonderful to see you too. And let us know how you've been practicing your self-care. While y'all are doing that, I'm gonna see if I can make this scroll across the bottom. You know what? Let's see. It should be doing that. Let's see what's going on. Hmm. You know, I want it to scroll across, and I'm going to get caught up in worrying about that. So let's see if I can make it do this. I don't know. Maybe it's not getting, maybe it doesn't like me right now. So we're just going to show, I'm just going to have to show it like that to find out. All right, unless I try it here. I'm just going to try to type this in real quick this way and see if it'll let me do it like that. And let me try it like that. Finally, did it. Thank you all for your patience. I wanted it to be down there so we could go ahead and see everybody's comments and still have the ticker going across the bottom for anybody who might be joining a little bit later. How is that going, Stina? Are you seeing progress, and is everything getting better for you? I hope so, because I know physical therapy can be painful and challenging, but hopefully all of that is effective in getting you to where you need to be for sure. So I have been doing a few different things for self-care. So one of the things I've done is to listen to my body. Last week, I had my intentions. If you are, and I feel like a lot of you that are here now also are aware of the Saturday morning momentum that Kat does. And I join in that with Kat as well as Liz, Lee, and Lori. And so we have these goals or these intentions we set every week, and then we kind of kick it off every Saturday to get everybody motivated. So I had my certain intentions for last week, but then Monday and Tuesday of last week, I was just crashing out. I was not in a good headspace. I was having some serious depressive episodes. And so I really just took care of myself, got caught up on movies that I'd wanted to watch and didn't watch, and then found myself with more energy last Wednesday and Thursday. So then I tackled a lot of those things. So listen to our bodies is so important. And when we have days where we just can't do stuff, then, if it's at all possible, then we don't need to push ourselves to do it. I get it. Sometimes you have work deadlines or family commitments or other things that you have to do. But if you can just step back and listen to your body and rest and just be attuned to what your body needs, and then don't berate yourself if you didn't get all of your tasks or even one of your tasks accomplished. So just be good to yourselves. Yeah. Your family is wonderful to get that visiting time, but like you're saying, it will get you out of that routine. And as much as you love your family, sometimes you're kind of ready to settle back into that normal routine. I'm glad it's going well and you're able to strengthen those muscles. And I hope it continues to go well. Hey, Kat, how are you? I was just talking about you a minute ago. All good, of course, because I would never say anything bad about Kat. If anybody ever says anything bad about Kat, I'll take care of them. Let us know what you're up to, Kat, taking care of yourself. And Hayes and hellos. So really, if Kat, if you want to share what you've been doing, we seem to have a little bit of a small crew this morning, and that is fine. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we were just talking about having family. It's wonderful, and I know that you love Barry, but when you're used to having some time for yourself and then your spouse is there, it's kind of like, okay, but sometimes I can focus on what I wanted to do, even if Tim is here. But then other times, even if he's not talking to me, sometimes there's just something about having him present when I'm used to being here by myself. And I just feel like I can't completely be myself, although he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He loves me for who I am. But then it's just that routine does get changed up because sometimes I was trying to get in the kitchen when he was home the other day, and then he was always seeming to be in the exact spot that I needed to be. And I don't even know what he was doing. Sometimes he was just standing in the kitchen, like on his phone, like in front of a cabinet or the stove or the dishwasher. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I love him. As I know, Kat, you love Barry, and Eleanor, you love your family. We do love them for sure. So I think we'll go ahead, since we're caught up on comments, and we'll go ahead and do a sprint. So let me get the ticker up because I'm not even going to try the Pomodoro Kitty. Y'all know of my history with the Pomodoro Kitty. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. So I feel like it's probably me. Sometimes I know what I'm doing and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. So let's see. Let me pop up a sprint and see what time. 45 minutes. So that'll put us back about 55 after the hour. So I'm going to change out just one of the tickers I already have and make it say the right time. And we hide this one and put the 55 after. Very nice. You got a lot tackled off that to-do list. Yeah, if you have, if your spouse is home and they're working in another area doing their own thing, that will definitely help. Gold stars for you, Kat. Oh, another gold star, and I'm so happy to hear that everything is well for you too, Kat. Very good news. Love that. All right, so we will see each other back, or I won't see you, but you'll see me. I wish I could see you. So we'll go on, and I'll see you back at 55 after. Hello, hello. I hope you all got up to a good bit of self care during that last 45 minutes. I'm feeling pretty relaxed right now. I did a little bit of strength training and then a little bit of yoga, and then I colored. And I did all of this while I was watching David Lynch, The Art Life. I have jumped on the bandwagon with a personal curriculum. And so one of the courses I made for myself for this spring semester, from March through May, is what I'm calling my spring semester, is a David Lynch course. Now, last year, about this time, I watched Twin Peaks for the first time, seasons 1 and 2. And then I watched Firewalk with me. And I kind of stopped there. But when I picked back up with this new personal curriculum, and I am planning to make a video about that soon. So be on the lookout for that. But so far, I have watched several interviews with David Lynch. And then I've watched Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive. So the next thing after I finish watching this documentary, David Lynch, The Art Life, I will be watching Eraserhead, which as you can tell, I haven't been going in like chronological order of his movies, but I wanted to tackle Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive first, before I go into Eraserhead, because I know a little bit about Eraserhead. So I'm like, let me just dip my toes in with a couple of other ones before I go on into Eraserhead. But I also plan to watch Twin Peaks: The Return, and then I plan to watch Wild at Heart, Lost Highway, maybe Inland Empire. It depends on how much time I have. And I love David Lynch's work. It's weird, it's wonderful. I've also discovered how much artwork he did, and his paintings or and other artworks are they're really cool. Some of them are quite macabre and strange, but that's probably why I like them. But the funny thing is, or this may not be funny, it may be to be expected. But since I've been deep into the world of David Lynch, trust me when I say I have had some very bizarre dreams. So I feel like that tracks. So anyway, I'd love to know what you all got up to. So I'm going to check those comments now. I almost feel like I said, since I've done the yoga and I've watched all this David Lynch, I feel like I'm kind of like spaced out a little bit here. So in a good way though, like very, very relaxed. Very relaxed. Hello, it's nice to see you. Let us know what you have gotten up to for practicing self-care. Hey, Kaylin, I'm glad that you were able to pop in, and I hope you're having a good day at work. And even if you can fit in just 5 minutes of something to practice self care, then that is wonderful. You know, we do sometimes get caught up thinking we have to do these big things, but sometimes it can be drinking your cup of coffee. It can be, taking time to like do some deep breathing, look outside, step outside for a minute if you can and enjoy, the fresh air. So just build in every little thing, that you possibly can in the ways that you can. Got some hays and hellos. I love the community. That's definitely self-care. See, working out, absolutely, because that's taking care of physical health. But we know too that working out also takes care of mental health too, because everything is connected, right? Your mental health and your physical health, everything goes together. Yes, I did. It was very nice. There you go, Eleanor. That's a lot to tackle. Getting that laundry going early, getting that bed made, brushing teeth. There you go. Yeah, I do. I say I make my bed every day. There may be a couple of times here and there where for some reason I don't, but typically I do make my bed every day. And I definitely consider that an act of self care because I feel like if I just get my bed made, whatever chaos might come throughout the day, I can just go, get in my bed or even sit on my bed and just it's all made up and nice and neat. And it helps me feel put together in some ways, even if the rest of my house might not be. Hey, my bed's made, right? I think it's kind of a mental thing too. I'm like, once my bed's made, that means I'm up and I'm doing stuff and I'm not crawling back into it, which if you need to, that's okay too, because that's self-care. If your body's telling you you need to go back to bed and get rest, then you do that too. Yep, dozing that. Yep, there you go. Again, like I said, sometimes that is definitely what we need for self care is just resting, and then definitely getting something to eat, taking our medication. All of these things are parts of self care. Oh, coffee. Yes, coffee is an act of self care. Coffee is a ritual for me. It's yeah. I say 1 cup in the morning and one in the afternoon, but I have like a big mug, so it's probably like two in the morning and two in the afternoon, but I still say one. And what book are you reviewing, Kat? And was it a 5 star, 4 or 3? Are you looking forward to the review? Tell us. Yeah, interesting is definitely the word. Yeah, I was pretty new to Lynch last year. I don't know why. I think when Twin Peaks came out, I was a teenager. And like my parents didn't watch it, and I don't think any of my friends watched it, but I knew what it was. Of course, I knew the whole thing, like who killed Laura Palmer, and it was something that I had thought was interesting, but I just, with time and everything going by, I didn't get into it. And unfortunately, the thing that sparked me to finally get into it was after David Lynch passed away. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get on this, get on this work now. And part of me too was also a bit intimidated by it because I knew how strange and surreal his work is, which I love horror and I like weird, weird girl lit. So I was like, this is probably going to be my thing exactly. So I've taken the dive and I have fun with it. Sometimes I'm like, I have no clue what's happening here, but whatever is happening, I like it. Hmm. Yeah, he's definitely a bit out there. But I have loved listening to him on interviews too. When he starts talking about ideas, he's always talking about, people are like, how do you get inspired? He's like, there's ideas. And when he's thinking really deeply about something, he closes his eyes and sometimes takes like a few minutes to respond, and then he does these things with his hands. He's talking, he's like this, and he's like this. And it's just like, I could just listen to him and watch his mannerisms like all day. So even, David Lynch himself, I'm finding interesting, as well as his work. I also am going to be reading The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer, which is written by Jennifer Lynch. So I ordered that and I think it'll be here next week. So yeah, I'm just having fun with it. Hey Steph, how are you? Murderbot. That sounds fun. Ooh, a facial, a back facial. Oh, oh, that sounds lovely. That is definitely a wonderful way to take care of yourself. Yes, yes, I did some yoga today. I used to do yoga a lot more and then I kind of got away from it, but I've started getting back into it again because it helps with definitely with my mental health, my focus, my concentration, my peace of mind. And then it also helps sometimes, sometimes I do still get migraines, even though I have preventive medicine and rescue med. But I find too, if I'm doing yoga, that also can help to limit the number of migraines I have. So I don't, life got busy and I kind of got away from it, but I'm, happy to be getting back into it now. Yeah, I knew that you had watched Eraserhead, and I remember you saying Barry fell asleep while y'all were watching it. And Tim is my spouse for anybody who might not know. I feel like most of you know. Tim, he'll watch horror movies with me and some weird stuff, but I have not even asked him to join me and David Lynch because I know he would be like, just he couldn't handle it. He could not get that weird with me. So I think it's so funny that Barry fell asleep. And I'm pretty sure Tim would fall asleep too, or either just walk out and be like, I can't take this. I can't take it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, working out stuff and, physical ways and taking care of ourselves can help for those days where we do get agitated and angry, especially if it's in a work situation or another situation where we can't be in control the way that we wish we could be because we can't control what other people do. So yeah, taking care of ourselves can definitely help us when we're dealing with those interpersonal, relationships that aren't always the best. Yes, it is. And this is the thing too. Like if I ever get to the end of the day and I haven't made my bed up, it doesn't matter if I'm going to be going to bed in like an hour or less. I will make it up still. And sometimes Tim will be like, "We're going to go to bed in like an hour or whatever. Why are you making the bed up now?" I'm like, "Because when I get ready to get in it, I want it to be made up and then I'll unmake it." So that's me. Oh, yay. I'm glad that you had a 4-star experience. I know you read a lot of middle grade, and I've read some, and I don't know why I don't read more because I have liked what I've read. I think one of my favorite middle grades I've read over the past few years was Frozen Charlotte. And I can't remember the author's name, but it was actually really creepy, and a really good story. So yeah, I like middle grade too. Yes, reading, definitely. I've had 3 5-star books back to back to back. So that's exciting. Definitely reading is being part of my self-care. Cat, see? Cat, I would have thought that you had the kind of personality that you would make your bed up every day. I'm shocked. See, you're full of surprises, Kat. I would have never guessed that you didn't make it up every day. Yeah, Kat has gotten really good at getting caught up on her reviews and posting them. Yeah, I sometimes will write a review. A lot of times I just give it a rating. And if I'm gonna review it, most of the time it's when I talk about it on my YouTube channel. But there have been a lot of books that I haven't reviewed on my channel either, even if they've been 5 stars. So I don't know. Sometimes it's just getting in that headspace to talk about a book and, you know, especially if I love it. Sometimes that's harder for me to talk about because sometimes I know why I love it, and other times, like, I don't know, it's just beautiful and wonderful. So let me get to that's interesting. I guess that must be because you were able to get better posture or something. Yeah, I forgot who wrote Frozen Charlotte, but if you look up like Frozen Charlotte middle grade book, you should be able to find it. And if anybody in the comments knows who wrote it, you can pop that in there. There you go. So we got another, another person who doesn't make the bed. Yeah. I feel like Tim would be the same way. Like he wouldn't care if the bed got made up or not. It's just weird how we all have our different, things that we feel like we want to do or need to do. And then some things we just let it go. Yes, look at you being rebellious. That's funny though. Yeah, sometimes if we are like made to do all these certain things growing up, then when we get to be adults, we don't do them because guess what? We're adults. We don't have to do it. You don't have to make your bed up. Sometimes I tell myself, I don't have to hang my laundry up. It can stay stacked on my dresser, and that's fine. Alex Bell, thank you. Yes. And I know it's like a series too. I've only read Frozen Charlotte, but I hope to be able to get to more of the other books in the series too one day because I did like it so much. And it's very creepy. Loved it. All right. So we have come to the end of our comments. So let me look at our time so we know what time to be back. So it's it's 10:11, but I'm going to go ahead and put us back at like for me it's 10:11. So I'll just say it's 11 after the hour. So I know it's going to be a little bit more than 45 minutes, but I'm going to put us coming back at the next hour. Like for me it'll be 11. So whatever the next hour is for you. Yes, definitely. I have that too. And so that's part of, I like all my labels and my cabinets turned to the front. And I think part of that, see, because it's easier to find stuff and see stuff. So I get really annoyed, like when my kids lived at home and they would not face everything to the front, like the labels to the front in the cabinets. And sometimes they would go in there and switch them from the front to the back just to be annoying or to the side just to give me hell. That's okay. Hey, it's clean. You can always run the dryer a little bit to get the wrinkles out and put it on. I've had times like that where I've just, it's stayed in the dryer for a little while, especially if it's like blankets or sheets that I'm not currently, using or needing because I'll get ready to go put a load of clothes in the dryer, out of the washer. And then I'll realize, oh, yeah, these blankets have been in here for, 3 days. Yep. Yep. Hey, it's clean. We can get what we need to wear and keep going. All right. We'll change up our banner to come back at exactly the next hour. So let me change this time on this one. Oh, wrong one. Now, there we go. So I will see you all when we hit that next hour. Hello, welcome back, everyone. Let us know in the comments what you got up to during that sprint. So I'm going to check the comments and see if anybody else has popped in. And we have some new people popping in. So hello, Swank. It's lovely to see you today. Happy Hug Your Dog Day. Well, that is every day for me, but I'll give him an extra one today. Happy World Awesomeness Day. Well, look at you. All of you are awesome out here. And then happy Ranch Dressing Day. Yay. Ranch is always good to me. I love some ranch dressing. So I can get on board with all of the special days today. Thank you for letting us know, Swank, what we can celebrate today. Oh, yay, Kat. Yes, another cup of coffee. Yes, always more coffee, right? 13 reviews. Yeah, just a little bit at a time, like you said, chip away. Speaking of coffee, though, that's one thing I've learned about the late David Lynch is that he loved coffee. So I'm like, see, I should have been, on his work a long time ago. Coffee, yes. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Happy Tuesday to you. I hope your writing sprints went well. Hope you have a nice shower. That's another act of self care, too. Taking care of showering. Why do I have a hard time saying that? Showering. And hays and hellos and clapping for Kat. Yes, I agree. Yeah. Not not about the acid, but I feel like if I were to partake of a particular type of gummy or brownie or something like that, I feel like my experience with Lynch would be enhanced. So we'll see about that. I'm enjoying it now. I do sometimes have a couple of drinks while I'm watching his stuff. It just feels fitting, right? Sometimes coffee, right? Coffee, but sometimes, wine, a cocktail, something that fits the vibe. Also notice in all his interviews and like documentaries and stuff, he smokes a lot too. So I'm not going to do that. Not tobacco type anyway. So moving on before I get us all in some trouble. Nice getting those stretches in, med. Yes. Lots of self care going on. Good for you, Stina. Yes. Yeah. I feel like sometimes people, even if they don't necessarily like Lynch and Cronenberg, they do appreciate their contributions and appreciate their work because both of them can be a little bit out there. But I've enjoyed stuff from both of them. I'll be diving into Eraserhead. It probably won't be today, maybe tomorrow. Really depends on how much of the other stuff I want to get done. I get done as to whether or not I'll be able to watch Eraserhead today. But I am excited about watching it. I might need to go stock up on a little bit more wine before I do. So I do have to go out later today. So maybe I'll get some wine to complement Eraserhead. Yes, I have that book on my wish list. I want to read that book too. Like I said, last year I watched, the first two, like the only like original seasons of Twin Peaks for the first time. So I'm probably gonna need to get a recap of some of what happened in season two before I go into the return. I don't know if I want to sit through, not that I didn't like it. I liked season one a lot better. So I remember a lot about season one. And I remember a fair amount about season two. So I think I'm probably just going to do a recap and then get ready to go into the return. But if you read that book, let me know what you think, Kat, because it is on my wish list. There you go, getting the self-care in, getting those gold stars for your intentions. Yeah, yeah, right. Definitely some wine with a Eraserhead. That seems like a movie I need a little help with. Like I said, I was really surprised in some ways by how much I enjoyed Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive. It's not that I didn't enjoy Twin Peaks, I did. But I know, especially like with Blue Velvet, some definite trigger and content warnings you need if you're going to go into that one because of some abuse and some very disturbing and graphic situations. But I really, really loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah, me too. That's what I was thinking when I finally watched it last year. I was like, why hadn't I caught on to it before? Yeah, I'm just having so much fun actually in this world of David Lynch, and his art is so strange, but it's very good and very thought provoking. And I've enjoyed seeing, all the artwork that he did and listening to him talk about how he got into art and how his art, his painting inspired him to start making movies. But I'm going to turn into a David Lynch, you know, episode if I don't quit. So we're practicing self-care here. Let's see. Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, the watching it more than one time, I agree. Um, yeah, I know, like, listening to him, I think that's helped me too, because I had seen interviews and read some articles and things before I went into even like Twin Peaks last year, and then again this year before I went into Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive. So that definitely helped me, like you said, Kat, to be able to appreciate and see that deeper meaning. And I know that Eraserhead had a particular meaning for him. Yes, I love that. I love it. That's the thing. Like, even though some of his stuff is very dark and disturbing, there's that thread of love and light and hope. And he just, I don't know, he's just brilliant. And I'm glad I'm finally in his world, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that too. I wanted to watch it so I could, watch that when it was live, and I just didn't get the time to. So I want to watch it too after I watch the movie. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you hitting that like button. That means a lot. So I think we have come to the end of our comments. And so I will go ahead. Usually on this last sprint, we do a 30-minute last sprint. So that's what we'll do again today. Let's see. Yep, gotta feed those pretty, pretty kitty babies. Hello, big hugs. Yes, love you all. All right, so we will go on and do that 30 minutes. So let me get our last sprint banner up. I guess ticker to be exact. So it's like 11:10. So we'll say we'll return at 11:40. So let me edit that. No, wrong one again. Sorry. Let me, there we go. Yes, they are. Yeah, all cats are divas without a doubt. All right, everybody. Y'all have a nice self care time, and I will see you back in 30 minutes. Hello, hello. It is time to come back now. So let me know what you got up to during that 30 minutes. That went by so fast. Um, I checked the mail and ate some lunch and cleaned out the cat litter box. So, what did you get up to during that 30 minutes? Hello, Alicia's back, freshly showered and feeling like a human again. I get that totally. I'm glad you were able to take care of that shower and feel like it's, a good start to your day now. Oh, that sounds good. See, it's middle grade March, right? So I know you read a lot of middle grade like all year long, Cat, but you're probably reading these for middle grade March. So that's something I need to plan to do next year. That'll help me keep up with this motivation to read some more middle grade books. I'm glad to hear that. That's, one of the things that I hope to do in our chat is, to encourage us to practice self care every day, but also to come together every Tuesday like this so we can encourage each other because that's so important to you to have that community that, supports you and loves you and wants to help you practice self care. Very nice. Oh, where are you thinking of traveling to, Eleanor? I want to live vicariously through you. Let's see. Middle grade March. Yeah, help me remember, Kat. Like you don't have enough on your plate already, but remind me next year when middle grade March is getting close. I know you will because I'll see it on your channel, but I need to participate in it. Yep. See now, look, Kaylin, you and we're both going to come in strong for middle grade March next year. Oh, tea sounds nice. I'm usually a coffee drinker, but now I don't like regular tea, but I like flavored teas or like these hot teas, especially. We have a place that maybe about 45 minutes to hour and a half for me, Hawthorne Fine Teas, and they have the most delicious hot teas. Like I've had pumpkin spice there, I've had cardamom blend, uh, blackberry spice. All this is so so good. Creme brulee tea is good stuff. Nice. Is it hot and humid where you are, Kat? Because I'm going to tell you what, the past couple of days here, it's warm and that's fine. It's not necessarily the temperature because it's only like maybe 70s, maybe 80 at the hottest, but the humidity is killing me already and I dread summer. There is still time, but my month is stacked for sure. So I don't know if I'll be able to get to any middle grade in March, but it's not to say that I couldn't do it in April because I feel like it would fit well with old school April that Kelsey from Kelsey's Nostalgic Life. You may know her as Slime and Slashers, our big event in April. Old school April. I feel like middle grade would work quite well. Excuse me, quite well for old school April. Oh, well, there's nothing like a last minute plan, Eleanor. You got to get in there and work your magic. Oh, that sounds nice. Jasmine and Earl Grey. Yeah, it's so nice. Like Tim and I went to the Hawthorne. We'd been a couple of times and I've been a few times with my best friend, but they did the special Valentine's Day and they had like they have charcuterie plates all the time, but then they kind of change out their menu for different sandwiches or soups or their desserts are amazing because one of the things that we got to take make a choice of tea, I got to choose a petite pot, and Tim got to choose a petite pot. And then they had strawberry boba tea, which was just part of the Valentine's Day deal. And their charcuterie plate's always good. And they had pimento cheese. It was some kind of fancy pimento cheese sandwiches that were good. And then their desserts for Valentine's Day, we got to have 10 mini desserts for two. And every single dessert was it was amazing. So, Kat, I know when you come around, when you come to the beach, we're going to meet at the Hawthorne Fine Teas. Yeah, Wakenhurst is so good. I loved Wakenhurst. It's really good. Ooh, to see now that sounds good. Yep, summer is, some people, depending on where where they live, they're excited and they look forward to summer because their winters are so, bitter or cold and a lot of snow and stuff. So summer is just absolutely my least favorite here. 74 and raining. I don't know if it's supposed to rain today. It's cloudy, so it might. I don't know. Yeah, we've had some rain too, and I'm looking outside and it's like, you know how it gets. Like there's a big patch of blue sky right there, but then over here is gray. And even in the blue sky, there's a lot of those big, white clouds that look like they could be thunder clouds or thunderstorm producing clouds. Ooh, dryads. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out because dryads from Greek mythology, that piques my attention. And then you tell me great flavor combinations and inspired by music. I'm write that down right now. Thank you, Stina. I want to check that out because it'd be nice if I could kind of recreate the Hawthorne Fine Tea experience in my home, and I won't have to drive as far and won't have to pay as much. Although I will say they're reasonable and it's worth it. Yeah, it was nice. Even though they were many, still after I ate all my mini desserts, I was kind of like, ooh, after all the cheese on the charcuterie plate and all the mini desserts, I think I spent the rest of the day falling asleep. But it was worth it every time. Yeah, it's by Michelle Paver, and I don't know if you've read her novel Dark Matter, but that's one of my favorite books. And I haven't read any other things from her. I have Into Thin Air or maybe Thin Air, something like that by Michelle Paver in my TBR cart, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I loved Wakenhurst too. Very, very gothic. Yes, yeah, loose tea. It is. There is just something special about loose tea. I agree. Okay, so well, I hope y'all get out of that drought soon. That's pretty miserable too when everything is so dry. Ooh, literary teas. I love that. I've gotten Edgar Allan Poe tea before, and there was one particular place that I ordered from, and I guess they went out of business or whatever. It was online, but they had the best Edgar Allan Poe. It was a blueberry, like dark blueberry tea, and it was so good. And I've gotten a couple of other companies. I've gotten their Edgar Allan Poe teas, but nothing has ever been as good as that like dark blueberry Poe tea was. Yeah, I read it audiobook too. So then I think I might have gotten a physical copy of it too because of how much I like the audio, but I don't know. Ooh, okay. See, now you're really making me want to check out Dryad. If my income tax return would hurry up and come back, I do, Tim and I plan on like banking most of it and using it to, maybe to pay off some bills and stuff. But we are going to allow ourselves some of it to spend on some little things like that. So I'm going to add that to my list. There's a couple of other things I want to get, but the dry tea and pottery are making that list too. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I would love for you to share some of those when you have your sprints, Kat. Share some of the teas and the puns that go with them, because you and I, we love a good pun, especially if it's literary related. It did. I love a fun tea party. Yeah, I forgot to mention this, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday on the 21st, I'm going to a tea. My best friend and I are going, and we don't know anybody else at the tea, but this local lady who sells all these kind of witchy, cool things. She's putting on this tea at her house. So we're going, and we're both very excited. So hopefully I can get some pictures to share with you all, because yeah, Kat, your tea party pictures looked amazing. Yeah. I wish we could all of us in the chat and anybody catching on the replay, I wish we could all get together in real life for tea. But maybe we could have a virtual tea. You know what? Y'all let me know if you're interested in that. And one Tuesday, we can do a virtual tea party for self care instead of just regular sprints. So y'all let me know if y'all would be interested in something like that. We'll just have to do it virtually so we can all get together in one place, which I'm going to make happen somehow one day. So I want to thank you again, everybody, for showing up today. Yep, got one vote for the virtual tea party. Y'all let me know, because I would be happy to do that. Then I'll get it on the schedule for us. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Just remember, more yays to the virtual tea party. Take care of yourself, practice self care. If you have a lot of time, then devote a lot of time to your self care. If you don't have a lot of time, even 5 minutes makes a difference. Just don't tell yourself that you don't have time to practice any self care, because you do. You do. You have to take care of yourself. I'm talking to myself too, because sometimes I let it slide, but then I have to hold myself accountable, and you all hold me accountable. So we're going to make sure that we're all taking care of ourselves. Oh, yay! Yay. I'm glad you are here. Thank you for being here. Okay, yes, to virtual tea. You're welcome for these sprints. And thank you all for being here for sprints and for taking care of yourselves and encouraging each other to take care of ourselves. Let's see. I agree. I agree. And I will not be trying to set anything on fire with my tea. We will have tea. And just so you all know, when Zombie-thon rolls around again for cocktail hour, I am never drinking that drink that I set on fire last year, because I was paying for that for 3 days. And I'm not even kidding. I thought I was going to die. First of all, I'm too old to drink 3 kinds of rum and then an extra rum and then the 151 so it would light on fire. Y'all should have stopped me. Y'all should have saved me from myself. I was a zombie for 3 days. So definitely won't be drinking that particular cocktail. But I agree. I will put that on the schedule. We'll see if we have my birthday month is April 14th, which is on a Tuesday. But my daughter is going to be home from school that day, so it won't be that Tuesday. But maybe the 21st or 28th. whichever one. I'll get with you all. We'll do a poll or something, and we shall see. Thank you, Kat. Love you too so, so much. I agree. We are a great group of badass women. So you all take care of yourselves. If you're watching on the replay, you take care of yourselves too. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody. Oh, April's a great month. My son's is the 28th. So I agree.